Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, it's me Talha. In this video we are going to convert a 2D sketch into 3D using Revit architecture, and this sketch was made by Ihab Al-Hariri. Do follow him on Instagram. He creates amazing architectural designs. Now before I get started, I would like to let you know about my interior courses. You can get them from my website learnrevitonline.com. Just follow the first link in the description. Now let's get started. So here I'm in Revit, and as you can see I have already created a new project. Now first let's create a new reference plane here. So just go here and select reference plane and draw in the middle here like so. Let's call it 1. Now go to the south elevation, and we are going to use roof by extrusion to create the shape of this building. So let's go here and just click on this drop down and select roof by extrusion, and once you click on that you get this dialog box. Here you just need to select the reference plane which we have just created. So just pick a plane and click on this drop down and select the reference plane 1 which we have just created. Now click OK, and here just click OK again, and let's draw a rectangle first. So the height of this building is going to be 20 feet and the width 45 feet. Now we want to create the curved corners here. So for that we can use fillet arc. Just go here, select fillet arc and give the radius. First turn on the radius and put 5 feet. Now let's select both these lines here as well as the other two corners. Now let's click finish. Okay, we are getting the error that extrusion roof sketch must be open. So just click continue, and we will remove this line to make this sketch open. We can create this using floor. Now just click finish and let's go to 3D. So we got something like this. Now let's edit the length of this extrusion. So let's select that, and here we have this extrusion end. Just make it 40 feet. Perfect. Now we can use voids to change the shape of this extrusion. So let's go back to level 1 or level 2 because we created that on level 2. Now first I want to take this to the center. So for that you can just move this reference plane, because right now this extrusion is attached with this reference plane. So just move it and try to take it to the center. Perfect. Now let's create the voids. So click on this drop down, select model in place, and then we can select generic models here. Just press G, click OK, and you can name it if you want. Now just go here and select void extrusion, and we'll first create 20 feet line here to use it as a reference, because we want to change the shape of this at 25 feet. Now on this side create a 16 feet line, just create another one until here and join this. Now we don't need these lines anymore. Now just select that one and join on this side here, or we can just create another reference line and then just join that here. Now remove this one and just create another one on this side. So just join these lines here because we want to cut this part of this roof. Now we want to create the curve here. Again we can use fillet arc to do that. So change the radius to 3 feet maybe, then select both these lines. Okay, actually give 3 inches. So put 3 feet, select both these lines, or it's looking very small, so let's make it 6 feet and select both these lines. Perfect. Now click finish and go to the front view or the south elevation and just use this handle and take this void through this roof. Let's go to 3D. So it's looking something like this. We need to extend that at the bottom also. Now we can use cut geometry tool to cut this void. So go here, select cut geometry, select this extrusion and then this void. Perfect. Now we can use the same method and create the another void on this side. So go back to level 2 and go to create, select void extrusion. So first let's leave 17 feet, and then we will draw a line at 170 degrees and then just join on this side like so. Now let's create a little curve here. So select fillet arc and this time give a 5 feet radius and then select both these lines. Perfect. Now click finish and go back to south elevation again and just take this void through the extrusion at the bottom here as well. Now we can cut this void again. So select cut geometry, select this extrusion and then this void. Perfect. So we got the shape of this building and now we can create the floor. First click finish model and go back to level 2, go to architecture, select floor, use rectangle and just draw from this corner to this. Now select this line and just make it 17 feet and then we can just create a landing here around 3 feet and just join that here. Use TR to trim that line. Now on this side we want to follow the roof. So right now you can see the roof is not visible in this view, so we can go to site plan and then just delete this line and use pick lines and just pick the edge of this roof. Now use TR to trim here as well. I think we need to just move this line a bit, so just drag that and it will snap that line. Click finish and go back to 3D and you can see we need to change the height offset of this floor. So just go here and put 1 foot height offset, which is the thickness of this extrusion. So just put 1 foot and it's perfectly attached with this extrusion, but again we need to edit this floor because we want this floor until the face of this extrusion. So let's double click on it and then use align, select the face of this extrusion and then this line. Repeat the same here as well. Select the face. You can select the face by pressing tab key, just hover over the edge and hit tab key to highlight the face, then click and then select this line. Perfect. So we have created our floor, but I think we need to edit this void again. So just hover over the edge here and click and you will get this edit in place button. Just click on it, just select the void and then edit extrusion, go to level 2, select both these lines and then just drag this just use this circle to drag this line. Just take this out of this floor. Now click finish. Let's check that in 3D. Now it's perfect. So we have finished modeling this roof as well as this floor. Now we can just copy this one at 10 feet, so we can create a new level here. So select this floor, then copy to clipboard and click on this drop down and select align to same place. Just ignore this warning because we will give the height offset here. so just put 10 feet. Perfect, but we need to edit this floor, so select that, edit boundary, go back to level 2 and delete these lines and just draw a straight line here like so, and then I just move this one as well, just align that to the face of this roof. Use TR to trim, and then just align here as well. Now we want to move this line and just join that here and use TR, delete these two lines and then click finish. Let's go to 3D. So we got this another level here. Now we want to create this skylight here, as well as we want to create the glass on these two corners. So to create the skylight, we need to create the opening here first. So go to architecture and then select vertical opening and just click on this roof and go to level 2 and draw a rectangle like so. Just make it 16 feet by 3 feet. Now just move this a bit here, and we want to curve these corners, so let's use fillet arc and then just turn on the radius. 1 foot is okay. Just curve all these corners. Now click finish, and if you go into 3D, you can see we got this opening for the skylight. Now we can use roof to create the glass, so go back to level 2, or right now you can see the opening is not visible here, so we can go to the site plan and go to architecture, select roof. For now let's create this on level 2, and then we will just change the height offset. So click yes, and then use pick lines and just pick these lines. Now select all of these and then uncheck define slope and change the roof type to sloped glazing. Now let's go to 3D. Right now the glass is not visible, so we can just change the visual style to wireframe. Here we have it. Just select that and change the base offset to 20 feet, or maybe 19 feet 6 inches. Perfect. Now let's add the mullions to this glass, so just go here and select mullion and then all grid lines and just click on this glass. So we got the skylight here. Now we can use model in place and create the glass on these curves. So first go to top view and create the opening. So we can use void to do that. Just go to architecture, select model in place and then generic models and use void extrusion and just draw a rectangle here. First just make it until here so we can measure the size. Make it 7 feet. Now just extend that and take it through this roof. Click finish and go to south elevation and then just drag this and take that through this extrusion, and here as well. Make it until here. Now we can just cut this, use cut geometry and then select this roof and then this void. So we got the opening here for the glass. We can now just mirror this to the other side, so we can do that in level 2 or maybe in the site plan. Just select that. Okay, first let's create a reference line here, so we can select the middle of this extrusion. So go to create, select model line and just draw a model line here like so. Okay, it's not visible, so we can change the visual style to wireframe. Now select this void and then use mirror and just mirror that from the middle of this line like so. Just delete this model line, and again we need to cut this void. Perfect. Now we can create the glass, so go to south elevation and then change the visual style to wireframe so we can see the opening. Now go to create, select extrusion, and then set the reference plane 1 as a work plane. Use pick lines, give 4 inches offset, and then pick this curve and these 2 lines. Now just select this line and drag that until here, until this opening, and then here as well. Just drag this until this opening, and then okay, and then use pick lines again and give 1 inch offset. This is going to be the thickness of this glass. Just close that here, close on this side as well, then finish and go to site plan, and we got the glass here. Now just use this handle and take that until this opening like so. Now mirror this one again, and we need to create the model line again, so just create that. Just select this glass and then mirror from the middle. Okay, just use move. You can use arrows to adjust that if it does not snap the face of this opening. Perfect. Now delete this model line and go to 3D. We'll just assign the material parameter to both these extrusions. So select both of these by pressing Ctrl key. You can select multiple. Now go here, click on this button, associate family parameter, and then create a new parameter. Let's call it glass. Okay, click OK again. Now we will just apply a glass material to both these extrusions. So just click here, family types. We got the glass parameter here. I will just type glass because the glass material is already created in this project, so you can just type the name here. Now click apply. Okay, so we got this curved glass. Now to create the mullions we can use sweep. So go to create, select sweep, and then pick path, and just pick the edges of this glass which we have just created. Now click finish, and then edit profile, and let's create a rectangle which is going to be the mullion. Make it 5 inches, and let's better change the visual style to hidden line so you can see it clearly. Now select this one and make it 2.5 inches. Just select this rectangle and use the midpoint of this. Select the midpoint of this. Just uncheck the constraint so we can move it freely, and just place that here. Now click finish again, and there you go. We got the we got our mullion here. But I think on this side I forgot to pick the edge, so let's do that. Select sweep, edit sweep, and then pick path, pick 3D edges. So for some reasons I cannot pick the edge here, so we can create the extrusion on this side and then just join sweep and the extrusion. You will understand in a moment. First click finish and go to create, select extrusion, and then go to south elevation and set the work plane. You just use this reference plane 1, and we'll create a rectangle here, 2.5 inch, and now click finish and go to side plan. Here we have the extrusion. Just drag that until this opening. Now we can just join this sweep with this extrusion. So just go here, select join, click on this one and then this. So you can see that edge of this extrusion is not visible anymore, and we got this perfect mullion here. Now let's assign the material parameter to this sweep as well as this extrusion. So select both of these and then click on this associate family parameter and then create a new one. Let's call it mullion. Click OK, and then we can just assign the aluminum material. Just type here aluminum, because this material also already created in this project. Now click OK. So we got this perfect curved window here. Now we can just mirror these mullions as well. So go back to side plan and then select this sweep as well as this extrusion, and then mirror and use move and just place that here. So we got these two corner windows. Now we can create this storefront here. So let's click finish model and go back to level 2, go to architecture, select wall, and then from this drop down select storefront, edit type. We don't want any horizontal mullions, so just change this horizontal grid to none and change the vertical spacing to 3 feet. Click OK and draw from here. Okay, just make sure the height is 9 feet and then draw from here. Now let's edit this curtain wall profile. So select that, edit profile, go to south elevation and delete these lines. Use pick lines and just pick this roof edges as well as this floor. Now use TR and join on that side as well as here and click finish. Click delete elements. So we got the storefront here. We can now just copy this to the level 2. So click copy to clipboard, paste, align to same place and give the base offset here 10 feet. Now edit this again, edit profile, and this time delete all of these and then use pick lines and pick the edges again. Okay, there is a small gap here which we'll fix in a moment. Okay, there is a gap here as well. So but first let's finish with this TR here as well and then finish. Delete elements, and we got our storefront on both these floors. Now just quickly edit this floor. Okay, it's showing here. Just use align, select the face, and then this line here as well. Select this face and then this line. Perfect. Now we have finished with creating the storefronts. We can now just mirror this as well. Just select both of these, then go to level 2 and mirror. Let's just mirror from here and then move, or we can just go to site plan so we can see the floor. Select this one, move, place here. So we have finished modeling this house. We only need to create the staircase as well as the columns, and then we'll create the topography. So to create the stairs, let's go to level 1. Right now nothing is visible here, so we can just change the underlay. Just scroll down, and here we have the underlay. Change the range base level to level 2. Now the whole building is visible. Just change the visual style to wireframe so we can see this floor here. Now go to architecture, select stair, select run, and then select the monolithic stair, and we want to change the height here. Just make the top level none so we can give our own height here. It will be 10 feet 6 inches. Now let's draw from here like so. Just select that and just move from this corner and place here. Now click finish and go to 3D. So we got our stairs here, but I think there is this small gap, maybe because we gave the 1 foot height offset to this floor, so we need to add that to the height of these stairs. So let's select that, edit stairs, select these stairs again, and here we have the relative top height. Just make it 11. Perfect. Let's go to level 1 and just move that again. Now click finish, and let's remove these railings, and now we can just create the columns here, and then we'll create the topography. So to create the columns, we need to go to site plan and then select just click on this drop down and select column architectural. Let's load a round column family, so just click load family. Here go to columns and then select round column, open, and first we want to change the diameter of this column. So edit type, and here we have the diameter, make it 1 foot, and then just start placing these. So first we'll place a couple of these here. Now select this one and then use array and just select the midpoint of this as a base point, and then make sure last is selected and just click here. Now the number of columns we want between these will be 4. Perfect. Now we can just copy these to this side, so I think we better remove this one. Then just select this, select all of these, and then array again. Use this use the midpoint as a base point, and then just click here. Now here we want around 6 columns. Perfect. Let's just delete some of these. Here you can see Just select that, ungroup and delete. So we got our columns as well. Here these three I think we don't need. Now it's perfect. We can now just create the topography. So go to site plan, then massing inside, select topo surface, and we'll start at the 10 feet elevation. Just start placing the points. Now from here we want to start giving the slope, so let's change that to 7 feet, and then 4 feet, and then make it 0, and then we can put minus 4 feet, and then minus 8 feet. So we have finished modeling the topography. Okay, here we can leave it like this, or we can just edit the elevation of this of the topography. So let's do that. Edit surface, just select these points near the stairs, just make them 0. Now the stairs are perfectly attached to the ground. So we have finished modeling this cool looking house in Revit. So that's it for this video. I hope you have learned something new. So please make sure to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on the post notifications, and don't forget to check out my interior courses. You can follow the first link in the description. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.